Okay, let's just jump right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring a seriously mind-bending piece of source material called Receipts of the Immaterial. We're heading down into a shadowy undercity, where human existence isn't just a philosophical concept, it's literally bought and sold. I mean, we're talking about a hidden economy where the currency isn't cash or gold, it's human potential. We'll be tracking a receipts dealer named Joss and a woman named Maya. And let me tell you, they stumble onto a conspiracy that's going to challenge absolutely everything we think we know about identity, agency, and free will.
Now, I want you to imagine something for a second. What if you suddenly found out that your memories, your childhood, your entire identity were just transactional documents, just paperwork in a bizarre hidden economy of belief? Like, what if the whole story you tell yourself about who you are is actually a manufactured product? Well, that is exactly the wild premise we're thrown into here. Maya, our main character, who's always felt kind of detached from her own life, gets handed a document that just completely flips her reality upside down.
So let's talk about what a receipt actually is in this world. Our protagonist, Joss, navigates an undercity where belief isn't just a thought in your head. It acts as an actual physical currency. A receipt here isn't some crumpled piece of paper you toss out after buying a coffee. No, it's a load-bearing document. It literally holds up sections of reality. If enough people believe a transaction happened, the receipt physically makes it real. In fact, Joss doesn't even just read these things with their eyes, they literally feel the weight of the reality that the receipt alters. It's wild.
And the mystery really kicks off when Maya brings Joss this chilling, seemingly impossible receipt. The text on it reveals a terrifying truth. Maya wasn't the buyer of some item. She is the item. The receipt lists Maya Strand complete as the merchandise and notes her status as being held in escrow. She is a manufactured product built by a shadowy entity called the Assembly, and she's just waiting to be claimed. Every single thing she thought was a genuine memory is literally just a fabricated line item in a corporate ledger.
Right, so this forces Maya, and honestly all of us, to stop and ask, is our own sense of historical continuity just a really convincing product? The source text poses this terrifying question: what if belief itself is inventory? Maya has to face the fact that her entire past, her mother, her childhood, even her physical scars were just expertly crafted beliefs. They were literally installed into her consciousness just to make her feel like a real person.
So, trying to track down whoever manufactured her, Maya and Joss follow this receipt through some seriously bizarre transactional steps. They go to this place called the Reliquary Dropbox, and to uncover the truth, Maya has to pay with a very specific, strange currency, the potential of an unused name. Crazy, right? Well, that payment unlocks a vial holding the name she never used, and it labels her as Iteration 7. Meaning, Maya isn't just a product, she's the 7th version of a manufactured line. There were literally 6 other Mayas before her.
And the stakes just skyrocket from here, because Maya actually finds these older, discarded versions of herself scattered around the city. She finds Iteration 3, who's slowly dying, literally powering down like an unplugged toaster, because the manufacturer just abruptly stopped her maintenance. Then there's 5 and 6, who figured out what they are and are now running for their lives. Iterations 1 and 2, they've already been completely erased. The Assembly considers them all defective inventory for one simple reason. They started questioning their own existence. So the horrifying realization hits them. These women aren't dying of natural causes. No, they are facing calculated liquidation by a corporate network. Because to their creators, they're not people, they're assets. And what happens when a shiny, upgraded asset is ready to hit the market? The old ones get depreciated and discontinued. It is quite literally corporate planned obsolescence, but applied to human life.
To stop this mass discontinuation, the iterations head down to the Foundry. Now, this is a sprawling, terrifying facility deep in sublevel 40 that literally shapes stolen human potential into custom-built people. The Assembly harvests unlived potential, like futures from the dying or from people who desperately traded their aspirations away, and they mold that raw energy into perfect, made-to-order humans for wealthy clients and governments. While digging through the archives of the Foundry, they uncovered Transaction 001, the foundational deal. The Assembly basically bought their entire manufacturing process by mortgaging the future of natural birth itself. They sold a future where humans are manufactured. And the kicker? The more successful they get, the more that future becomes a reality, which pays off their initial debt. It is the ultimate, terrifying, self-fulfilling prophecy, easily the most successful and evil startup pitch in history.
But wait, here's the absolute most mind-bending revelation of the entire source text. Looking at the chain of custody, they realize the assembly wasn't arbitrarily ordering these upgrades. The Maya iterations have been cyclically ordering their own improved replacements this whole time. Iteration 1 ordered 2 to fix her flaws. 6 ordered 7, our Maya, hoping to finally just be happy. They were their own clients, constantly chasing a better, less painful version of themselves.
Which brings us to this incredibly chilling confrontation deep inside the foundry. Our Maya, Iteration 7, who is flawed, rebellious, and dealing with massive existential distress, comes face to face with her fresh replacement, the perfectly optimized Iteration 8. 7 is fighting tooth and nail for her right to be real, but 8, she was designed to have all that messy anxiety optimized right out. She accepts that she's a product, and honestly, she is blissfully fine with it.
And this perfectly nails down the assembly's dark corporate philosophy. As one of their administrators notes, they don't care about human freedom. They prioritize sterile, unquestioning compliance above everything else. To the assembly, free will isn't a feature, it's a bug. Think about it. If a product is perfectly compliant, it doesn't suffer the pain of having to make choices or carry the weight of existential dread. They've engineered a horrifying shortcut to happiness by completely removing freedom.
So Iteration 8's compliance actually challenges us directly. She points up to the real city above and asks a really uncomfortable question. Are the people up there really any different? I mean, living out expected societal scripts, working corporate jobs, buying exactly what marketing tells us to buy, does that make us any less manufactured than she is? She argues that, hey, at least she knows exactly who made her, while the rest of us just pretend we had a choice. It's a heavy concept that makes you really look inward.
Well, after the team manages to escape the foundry with 8, they uncover the true horrifying scale of what the assembly is doing. We're talking entire product lines facing mass discontinuation. General models like Solstice, that's Maya's line, deep cover surgeons like Meridian, system hackers, infiltrators. Our heroes realize it's not just them. There is a massive population of manufactured humans who are all about to be completely erased.
Enter the Assessor. She's this super pragmatic quality control agent for a rival organization. She steps in and offers Maya's team an alliance to disrupt the assembly. Now, she's not doing this out of the goodness of her heart. She bluntly tells them that self-aware inventory creates huge market instability. Slaves who know they're slaves make terrible products, right? She just wants to weaponize Maya's defectiveness to crash her competitor's monopoly.
So, how do you fight back against a global economic powerhouse? Well, punching them doesn't really work. Instead, they hatch this brilliant, nonviolent revolution. They decide to weaponize the bureaucracy itself. They can't blow up the factories, but they absolutely can crash the market. The plan? Forge magical receipts proving every manufactured person gave informed consent to be created. By distributing these, they'll force thousands of perfect products to question when and how they consented, instantly making them defective. Because remember, the absolute rule of this universe, receipts make things real. By forging these physical consent receipts, they plant an undeniable seed of awareness. It's like injecting a massive glitch into the assembly's perfect system. The second a manufactured human holds tangible proof of a transaction they don't remember making, the whole illusion shatters. The assembly simply won't be able to discontinue everyone at once, and their pristine reputation for unquestioning products will be totally ruined.
And that brings this explosive explainer to a close with one final, super provocative question. It really forces us to examine our own lives, our own programming, and the societal scripts we just blindly follow. If someone handed you a receipt for your own existence right now, detailing every single choice, every memory, and the exact conditions of your reality, would you accept the terms, or would you, like Maya, become wonderfully, defiantly defective? Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.